Do you have any idea what Warhammer 40k is? Its popularity has been exploding, with big-time YouTubers now making long-format videos about it.
Over the last couple of years, even e-girls have gotten a hold of it. So how can you join in on the hype?
Well, the very first thing to understand is that all of these people are dumb, idiot liars and tourists, and they don't understand anything. If you really want to understand Warhammer 40k, you must turn instead to wiser, more experienced, seasoned veterans of the world.
Wise sages who are old enough to remember being called names for bringing their Warhammer books to school.
Now, let us begin your journey. The following are the 12 essential cinematics any true Warhammer 40k fan must watch.
We're an authority on this subject because we ourselves make the most potent and engaging Warhammer adjacent content you've ever seen in your life. Like any young man who gets into Warhammer, I had a sage older man guide me through the experience, and he told me under no circumstances was I allowed to tell anyone about it. He made it very clear that if I spoke up at school, there would be repercussions. I wish I was joking. That's how like looked down upon it was to like Warhammer when we were young kiddlywinks. No! Oh, God.
This was the opening cinematic whenever you launched Dawn of War 1, and this was actually before YouTube was prolific enough as a little kid to even be aware of it. This cinematic blew my little dick off, and then I would replay the cinematic by relaunching the game over and over again.
This cinematic was monumental in getting a ton of people into Warhammer, but if you were into Warhammer before this ever came out, as a kid you always fucking dreamed of like, this is what it would look like. You're reading your gay little books, you're playing with your gay little figurines, and you're like, dude, like, this is dark. This changed the whole fucking game, because as soon as it came in, you were like, that's exactly what I've been imagining this whole time. You know, when I'm like, I'm gonna move my guys 6 inches and they're gonna attack your guys. That's what was being imagined as a kid. Warhammer fans are so starved of good content now, being as popular as it is. Imagine back then. This was like crack.
It was the only game in town, you know?
Yeah.
At this level.
And what about it though makes it so like good? Because we're just saying it's the fucking best, but like why? Why does it represent Warhammer so well? A charge uphill that makes no sense. 10 out of 10 Warhammer bullshit. You've got like a dug in position and these guys favor close combat and are gonna run down the hill at you, so you run up the hill at them to meet them. 10 out of 10. So stupid.
Everyone's favorite part's always when the Dreadnought steps out with the assault cannon.
And it, it's got the like stupid corny. Yeah. You're like, yes! Kill them!
You don't even finish the cinematic, you restart your game from there.
Oh, dude.
Dreadnought.
Dreadnoughts are fucking tight.
Oh, I gotta turn it off before he dies.
The build up, you're like, what's this guy doing? Where's he going? And then it's all about this like pointless flag plant.
Oh, the Bado.
It's just about his fucking honor.
It's his glory.
The Emperor wanted that hill.
He's showboating, because then all the other Blood Ravens are coming, they're gonna find him. He knows
they're gonna
that.
be like, dude. It captures so much of just the microcosm of like what makes this world cool with the fights and the different races.
And also, the orcs in this are so accurate to the models, and yet they somehow don't look too stupid.
Yeah, it's a good touch, good balance.
When they attempt to make them look like the models, it
bad.
usually ruins the cinematic. But for some reason, the orcs looking just like the stupid 2000s range of orcs didn't bother me at all.
The way they build tension and momentum is so good. And like there's comedy beats, like when the orc is behind the hill and he does the thing and then like all of the other ones come up behind him. It's fucking, it's just good visual storytelling. And the fact it's got a sick Warhammer like skin on top, like mwah, chef's kiss. Things that I don't like about it, Space Marines would not go down that easy, dude. Dude, they would not like go down from one orc. I want it to be lore accurate, you know? I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, definitely one of the greatest ever.
It still holds up. It's still fucking fun to watch. Love it.
The Dawn of War 3 trailer. Not to be confused with the Dawn of War 2 trailer.
Which is good, but not good enough to make the list.
We'll talk about it later.
Dawn of War 3 trailer was made by an artist, like an actual artist, is the takeaway I get from it. Tagline of the series is, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. And this is like the perfect microcosm of that. It's like abstract, it's got like layers, it's fucking infused with so much Basinski, which is a famous artist who had this like horrible kind of dark, grim, almost ethereal world that just suits like the tone of Warhammer so well.
Basinski was a major aesthetic influence. That's just obvious, especially in the early 40k art and designs.
All the like buildings with the different kind of like holes and what's that term, like tryptophobia.
Trypophobia.
Giving you this unsettling feeling, this like alien otherness to it.
Yeah, the Howling Banshee fortress that they come out of.
It's like, it's unsettling. It captures that alienness so well of the universe. Biskinsky always used to do these weird little T crosses that just look fucking sick. They look brutal, and it's got those layered everywhere. Even just the metaphorical structure of it is so appealing to me. They're looking up at this statue of the God Emperor that like crumbles, and they're kind of like having to stalwartly stay in their little like religious pose whilst the rocks come.
Maelstrom.
Fucking. It's amazing. We can't release this too close to the video where I talked about Hassan's rippling abs because there's way too many gay breadcrumbs being laid right now. Yeah, I mean, fuck, even the fact that the 3 pillars are like falling bodies, bro.
Sick.
Fucking sick.
So sick.
Endless war. That's what that means, bro. And again, it's got that escalation of Dawn of War 1, but even better. You go from like ground troops to like walkers to what, a Titan?
Imperial Knight chainsawing through it.
And then the little space marine like bearing his chainswords to like, bro, I mean, fuck. And he dies with a smile on his face. Metal as fuck, dude.
Criticisms?
The space marine's proportions.
Yes.
I don't like them.
Worst part about it, they're all like weird and spindly. They kind of remind me of how I used to draw them in our old webcomic. Just kind of like weird and long.
Yeah, space marines are supposed to be tanks.
Solid and thick.
Yeah, like a walking tank, like thick. But in this, they're kind of like, yeah, they're a little bit skinny, a bit slender, which just kind of fucks it up for me.
Just a very odd artistic choice when everything else was so on point.
The music's really good too. The narration, just some ethereal British woman accent overlaying it.
Evil British woman.
Just evil sorceress from the Isles.
I shall have no remorse.
I mean, what can you say? Like, beautiful. I'm gonna say another 9 out of 10. And maybe that's gonna be common in this video, but that's why this is the fucking definitive list. And anyone who disagrees is retarded. Space Hulk, 1993.
I actually don't even know what the fuck this is.
It's cinema.
Tom insisted on this being on the list, but we were infants when this came out, so.
It's kino, it's cinema, it's film.
The Dark Angel chapter!
That's it.
What do you mean that's it? The fuck do you mean that's it? I think it speaks for itself, but Don, why don't you tell me why it's on the tier list?
So let's see, we got American accents.
No, that's a
love that.
distraction. That's why it's not a 10 out of 10.
Dark Angels.
To the left! Overwatch!
I don't know if I'm just a sucker for that kind of old school thing, but it's got the sick like banners, which I feel like you don't see that much. Especially that like older Warhammer style, like bright medieval standard.
We kind of lost those.
Yeah, right? Which just sucks. I mean, if only there was a series that kept those.
They kind of kept all that cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
we love.
who could ever say?
Yeah.
But it shows the darkness of the universe. It's like got some horror motifs. It's got that fucking cool steam coming out, like, it's like industrial. There's like action. I don't know, I fucking love it. The art is sick. They look how they're supposed to, like, yeah, it's 16-bit, whatever it is, but that's charming to me. Like the soundtrack too, like, I'm like,
The action scene reminded me of like a Newgrounds like sprite animation.
is this objectively an unmissable Warhammer cinematic? Yes. So I don't know why you're being such a bitch about it, dude. It's fucking sick.
What's like the historical significance of it? Was this the first of its kind? Like, why is it so nostalgic?
I don't know, but I love it. The American accents do hurt it. And the guy like, die! Die, Xenos! Ignore that one if you want. I think it's a solid 7. It's the only 7 that will be on this list. Mark of Chaos. Oh, is that the Warhammer Fantasy one? Let's save that. That's like an honorary because it's not 40k.
12 essential cinematics. 12 essential cinematics. Hell's Reach Part 1. So this was a fan-animated portion of the official audiobook, which I think was written by Aaron Dembski
By our
Bowden.
boy Aaron Dembski Bowden.
I remember when this came out, this like blew everybody away. He made it in 3D, rotoscoped the charcoal look
Oh, really?
on every single frame, and it took fucking forever. It's what gave it that like very, very unique, memorable, like amazing. I'd liken it to like the visual version of Bleach, you know what I mean?
My ashes will be scattered over the priceless earth of this accursed world.
Dude, I'm fired up. I'm fucking ready to go. This was made by Richard Boylan, who I think went on to make some official content for Warhammer Plus, so good for him. I feel like it's the perfect encapsulation of what a Space Marine is. You get this conflicted nature, like bound by duty and all these other kind of strong emotions, but ultimately like this psychotic warrior who's embracing death. He does so much with so little. Like the way the Aquila wings of the emblem of the Imperium, like that eagle, become angel wings for the Space Marines, which are known as like the Angels of Death. Fucking nerds come shit, fart, and piss all at once.
The audiobook that it's based on, they go to this planet called Armageddon, a desert planet, you know? And the black and white creates this sense of heat. It's like an overexposed camera because it's too bright outside. And then obviously it's about Black Templars whose chapter colors are black and white.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And it also has like a vibe of like memory. It kind of has like this weird like,
This did Don in. It was so deep and complex. It was such an exquisite piece of art. The Don's mind is unraveling before us.
it feels otherworldly and abstract in the way a memory does versus just straight footage of a thing happening. All the pieces just lend themselves and come together in this really like perfect way.
They're in the 41st millennium, but despite having all of this technology and all of this stuff, it's kind of this universe shrouded in mystique and mystery and ritual and like religiosity. And to your point, making it feel like fragmented and like ink and paper and all of these historical things. It really makes that evocative and come out.
Probably be an 8 out of 10. If
It's
if the thought of
definitely no. It's definitely neck and neck with 1993 Space Hulk, but it edges it slightly. Fine, I'll be the bigger man and admit it. Space Marine 1 opening title sequence.
It's literally just comms readout on like a sci-fi screen describing the situation on a planet that's getting attacked by aliens.
The fact that it has zero like real animation and it's nothing but like text on a screen with some like simple visuals, to me is actually what makes it so masterful. I feel like it does such a good job showcasing the intensity and mystery of this universe and like the stakes. It makes you ask questions. You're like, wait, what the fuck is going on? What if we like do exterminate? And you're like, that sounds fucking intense. It's just got all of these like really sick, brutal Warhammer concepts baked into just this short thing. They finally figure out like the solution, which is like call the Space Marines. You're so amped up from all of these threats and these guys are the solution, it instantly makes you go like, well, who the fuck must these guys be? I fucking love it.
Yeah, it does a great job of building up the weight of these concepts to people that won't know what they are.
It's visually really fucking cool. You can tell it's in space and it's in the future and all of this shit, but you're looking at what looks like a CRT monitor, which like is a perfect encapsulation of technology in the 40k universe. Advanced, but shit. I know Star Wars got kind of a bit of that clunky thing, but nothing like Warhammer where it's like giant shit, slow pieces of crap that somehow still blow up planets. The Death Star is like sleek and circular. In Warhammer it would be a brick and they would fly it into the planet. I think this is like the perfect intro to like this game.
People are gonna think we're out of our fucking minds.
No, they're not.
The Space Hulk one in the 3 minutes of looking at a computer screen.
Fuck them. We know more. We're better.
That's what we're saying.
I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Have to include Astartes.
Astartes is a fan animation by Sayama Peterson. One man made the single greatest Warhammer piece of art ever, except like John Blanche's paintings of the Emperor and the Black Templars. Apart from those, this is it. Like, everyone's seen it, everyone knows it. I feel like it broke open Warhammer for more people than most things. I don't feel like anyone else has ever captured the way that Space Marines are supposed to move, fight, and engage like more than him.
Or even look, like translated to a believable 3D image, you know what I mean? He kind of like refined the design of the armor in a way that was still faithful to what the design was supposed to be, but looked like it could actually work, like actually move without, you know, armor plates flipping through other
like,
pieces.
Field of vision. You turn to your left and there's just a pauldron in front of your face. The way he made Space Marines feel like agile tanks, the ruthlessness and efficiency of how they fight, like the way that they work as a squad and interact, it is what 40k should be. It's very Basinski.
But with that reference, like you can tell, this is a fan of fans of 40k, like truly understands deeply what makes it so special and unique.
Showing the expansiveness of the universe, because like in Warhammer there's, let's say 10, I know it's whatever the number is, main alien races that you see all the time. He showed none of them and showed like his own creation, but it fits so perfectly in the world. And that's kind of Warhammer at its best, is endless horizons, endless enemies, endless this, you know. The whole thing was just a masterclass, man. And almost no dialogue, like fuck. If you show anyone one Warhammer thing to get them interested, show them this, because it's the single best piece of Warhammer art ever made. And probably like just my favorite piece of media in existence.
Yeah, you had said nothing gets you excited anymore at all. Like
dude, after Astartes. Bad points of Astartes. Okay, moving on. This is the trailer for the upcoming Astartes sequel by Warhammer Games Workshop. It looks just fucking sick as the first one. I mean, what he's so good at is taking whatever concept within Warhammer, and even if it's like potentially silly, making it fucking sick. Like Chaos Marines can be kind of stupid. They're like Space Marines with spikes, you know? They're like, yeah, we're evil. And you're kind of like, okay. They're like, we're going to put your head on a pike and mount it on our armor. Or like summon demons. But like you watch how they look in his thing, and it looks like grounded and like warped and grotesque.
It's his biggest strength, is being able to take these kind of cartoonish concepts, make them believable, while also being totally faithful to what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah. Dude, I remember a quote in one of the Chaos books where it's like, let no good deed go unpunished. Let no evil deed go unrewarded. And I was just like, ugh. He would take that and somehow make it sick. That's his strength. Even, like the orcs in this, part of what's so charming about them is they can be very silly and like cartoonish, but he makes them look scary. He's just such a fucking master, dude. It's one of those guys who you hate because you're like, I'm never gonna be that good.
The shot of the Predator tanks, that tracking shot, you know, and just how he makes them feel like real tanks, like heavy.
Yeah, they do feel like real tanks
because they don't have like a big excessive like, you know. It's just like it's just very, very realistic sound design and weight. Everything about it is a master.
Did you clock in the background on the wall? It says the Emperor forgets.
Sick. So sick.
So in Warhammer, there's like this common catchphrase used all the time, and it's the Emperor protects. The Empire people, they're like turbo fascists. The Emperor forgets being
Heresy.
written on the wall behind, it just tells such a story of like a repressed people rebelling. The attention to detail to make these worlds feel lived in and like there's real people in them, and it's not just this like silly high fantasy thing. It's like grounded and cool.
Yeah, that he can make the Space Marines have like those little cape things, and that not just seem so fucking stupid. You know, like it should
Those
be
drippy out cape boys.
It should be so stupid, but it looks so sick.
It's gonna be incredible, I already know. Those are our cinematics that you have to watch. They are the pinnacle of 40k media. But we do have some honorable mentions.
Up first, the Horus Heresy trailer that came out a couple years ago.
There's a couple shots that just feel like a real $100 million kind of movie thing, or just they just feel hot and teeming, you know?
The 3D model of Horus himself walking around and the way he moves and the action is awesome. And I wasn't initially into his voice acting, but I think by the end it had me.
You betrayed me. You betrayed us all.
I hate his voice in this.
I like it by the end.
Well, fuck. How do we pass this? Because now there's disagreements. Maybe, and this is why it's not like...
Because we can't agree.
It doesn't deserve.
It does not deserve to be in the main list. My biggest issue with it is because this is ultimately an ad to sell Horus Heresy models, the Space Marines just look like the fucking models. The models are meant to look like what Space Marines looked like in the 90s and early 2000s. So they have this kind of like excessively squat look to them with huge fucking heads, which is fine if it's a little model, like you can forgive it if it's a little model, but if you're trying to make a like gritty, ultra-realistic CG film, you gotta take a page out of the Astartes playbook and make them look believable. Because Horus looks cool and then like this little squat idiot runs up to him, you know? And like when they're on the ground, like shooting, yeah, it's just like all those shots, it takes you right out of it because you don't believe that that's a Space Marine.
Well, so the problem with this for me is that it feels like it has an identity crisis. It's got these shots that feel really realistic where all these kind of tanks are going over the hills and shooting each other. And then the Titans with the sun behind them, it just feels like hot and muggy. It feels like realistic, like a really realistic interpretation of these machines. But then it cuts to like two guys with their little duel and they like clash swords and the guy does his little like anime look like, yeah, like, we're enemies. And it's just like, why?
Because it's an ad. Those two guys are in the box.
Okay, so make them like dueling in a serious manner that doesn't feel like it's pandering to anime fans. They pull these like little expressions that I'm like, man, that was kawaii as fuck. I don't know, this is just my nerd rage, but cartoons are fucking gay, dude. Who likes cartoons? So that's where I'm at with it. Thoughts?
Yeah, same thing. The missing realism.
And Horace's voice acting I hate. They try and make him sound so evil.
Let the galaxy burn, father! Let the galaxy burn!
I don't think he sounds like mustache twiddling. I think he sounds like he's, being pressured by a demon and nefarious forces.
Horace the evil! Did you see the red glow in my armor? I'm bad!
Death of Hope. I do not know why this is on the list.
That's not very nice.
That's how I feel.
Death of Hope is a fan film created by
Mark Spark. What a fucking name. Well, I certainly lost all hope.
This is a film that's best watched muted, unfortunately. The character models themselves are awesome, and I think the rendering is awesome. The VFX, the lighting, the kind of scene composition and environments are perfect. The issues it has is the animation is very floaty. It feels very sprite or video game-like.
Feels like a 360 game.
They've animated one run cycle, and every time someone runs, they run that exact same way.
And then they like stop to like...
Cinematography feels very appropriately grim-dark and gritty and awesome. If you look past the animation, the situations themselves, like civilians running away with, traitor marines smashing down in drop pods and like obliterating people, which I haven't seen in a Warhammer cinematic before. The voice acting and sound design.
That's his worst part.
If you've seen this before, you've probably seen it in compilations of other videos that do not include the audio. So... it's like so outstripped by the visuals that it's just extremely jarring.
I think if you take some stills from this thing, like it's got some cool looking stuff. The Lord Inquisitor Prologue, made by Erasmus Brosdow. Close enough. This was like all the fucking rage when it first came out. I think it's got its issues, but there's a parade in this that captures the like militaristic worship that's so present in the 40k universe. Like the fascistic vibes, right? Of this ginormous parade of like the weapons of war and everything.
Yeah, it's Nazi military parade times 1,000.
Yeah.
With just a ludicrous dystopian city, 1,000-foot tall buildings, choked in blue Blade Runner atmosphere. It's another one where you see GIFs from this all the time.
It captures
clips
their
of it
weight
included in others.
and regalia really well.
I think that's one of the deficits too, though. Like the weight is a little overwrought.
It is.
Kind of look like they can barely move properly in the armor.
It's like trying too hard to be cool sometimes, but it is still cool.
The models, the lighting, the environments are perfect. It's just it comes down to like animation, and I think the sound was also a little lacking.
None of the armies or factions are really like that good. It's represented on screen. It makes it more interesting than your usual fucking Jedi versus Sith, like bad versus good. It's like everyone kind of fucking sucks. That's what's cool about it. The tone of the new cinematics and direction sometimes goes like against that. And they're trying to make it like more, I don't know.
Sanitized.
Like, yeah, clean, sanitized, like hero-y, fucking half the shit to me looks almost Overwatch-esque.
Yeah, I mean, even in the new model designs, they're taking cues from Blizzard, like literally.
That's what it feels like.
With the armor and weapons, and yeah, everything just has kind of like a right, clean vibe that wasn't there before. That's why an entry like this, even with its problems, makes the honorary mentions for us, because it is still capturing that kind of like gritty, evil, dystopian feel.
If it becomes like another sanitized, like good guys, bad guys thing, it's just fucking boring. Honorable mention, Dawn of War 2 trailer. Now, this is interesting because Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 3 were fucking big on our list, so why not Dawn of War 2?
I still loved this when the game came out, and like the first one, I would reboot the game to watch it, but not as much, you know? I think it feels like a little sillier.
100%.
There's like weird shots that don't quite gel as serious and heavy of like Space Marines running at like an enemy. They kind of feel toy-like.
I feel like its style was trying to do something that wasn't gonna be possible on their budget for another however many years. And so it looks weird. The main Space Marine in it has got like this gelled up hair, like he spent time doing his hair. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, just...
He's proto-Titus.
Titus doesn't look like he does his hair.
Oh, it has a shape.
He didn't spend any time on it. Also, like the fights don't make that much sense to me. I don't know, it just felt very piecemeal. Like a bunch of little vignettes loosely strung together in a way that doesn't feel that cohesive to me.
You don't build the tension like in the first one. Like, now let's show a warp spider. Now let's show a ranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus getting a sense of the battlefield and the sides.
It had some weird like motion blur and the textures were not like,
Yeah, it does that weird effect when the banshees are running.
But it does have one of the fucking hardest moments ever, which is when the dreadnought, which has, I guess, been hiding behind rocks this whole time, smashes through the wall and grabs a fucking howling banshee and is like, I've come to destroy you, and then just...
Yeah,
Sick.
that was one of the reasons it made the list for me. The honorary mention list is like just savagely killing women.
Hell yeah, brother. Preach.
Moving on from here, obviously, there's other pieces of content which are very good, which you should watch if you're interested in 40K.
This is gonna be controversial. Why didn't this make the list?
The Amazon Prime secret level episode of Space Marine 2, which I think most people were blown away by and thought were amazing. Why didn't it make the list?
We're not most people, Don. This is really tricky because there is a ton to love about this. The rendering, the animation, Astartes' influence in this is so obvious and so clear. What I don't like, and I really don't like it, is the way the Space Marines are so self-aware in their badassery. Like, where Astartes, everything felt like methodical and like purposeful in a way that was badass. For example, when the Marine goes to stab that thing in the neck and it like stops because his buddy's doing the psychic bullshit, that's like badass and it feels badass, but it doesn't feel like he knows he's badass. Or when he like rips the neck out, he's not like, I'm gonna rip the fucking neck out and it's gonna be sick. He just does it because it's efficient. The way like the Astartes picks the guy up, he grabs him and he like looks at him. You know, the guy behind him, he fucking like stabs him with the axe.
Yeah, there's a guy, without looking, he like gets his axe in position to take him off the bike.
And then he's just like,
Yeah.
did you guys fucking see that? And I'm like, you want Space Marines to be these like, either the reason they're not being coldly efficient is because of some bloodlust angle, or they are being coldly efficient, they're just nothing but methodical murder. And that's fucking sick, that's part of their character. This is like self-aware. They're doing stuff because it's badass and they're like trying to show off to their mates. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, well, the irony though is the filmmakers probably were going for methodical and efficient, you know?
Yeah.
Because they seem like kind of stone-faced. They're not like, hey, did you see that? But what they are is like, hey, audience, did you see that?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I'm staring right at the camera. Wasn't that cool?
That was sick, right? That was cool. Like, do you see how I like jumped off the tank and it exploded? Like, yeah, I don't know. That's what kills it for me. But it does have one of the coolest concepts ever in it. The whole time they're dragging this box and you're like, what's in the fucking box?
Well, it must be like a bomb or something.
Yeah, something
They
like...
have to deliver a bomb.
And then they get
on
to their
foot.
location and they reveal it's a fucking priest. It's like a psychic, it's a psychic dude. And they dragged him in a coffin that whole way by a chain.
Like on his back, yeah, through a battle and
That's 40K in a nutshell.
fucking sick.
That's fucking sweet.
sick.
Yeah, in a Marvel film, like, he would have, like, held them at bay and he would have got the little gay, like, nosebleed shit, but nah, he just fucking died because it's 40K. Like, that was sick, but I didn't like the secret level thing because of that reason.
First and foremost, it's an ad, you know? It's a secret level episode for Space Marine 2, so it's very showcasey of, like, isn't Titus cool? Look at all these cool things Titus can do with his friends.
Titus is awesome.
But still watch it.
It's still worth watching.
Yep. The next one is Pariah Nexus, which also everybody was stoked on last year.
It's alright. It's okay.
Yeah.
This is Games Workshop's best in-house animation so far, which will obviously be toppled by Astartes 2, but it still has an air of like amateurness to it. Art design's good, animation's like decent enough, but none of it's particularly like outstanding.
It's almost like there's a smallness to it that doesn't quite work, which makes it feel cheap, even though everything looks great, obviously. I think it's Games Workshop's best that they themselves have produced as a narrative piece of content. Still worth checking out.
The official armoring sequence of a Space Marine. I feel like this could have made the list if the Space Marine's face didn't look so fucking derpy.
It's his face, dude.
And if his voice was cooler. He just looks like dumb. He doesn't look like grizzled and cool, he just looks dumb.
He's like a bad 3D portrait of Dave Bautista.
That's an exceptional, accurate portrayal.
Give me what I want!
There's just something like soft and gooey about him.
Yeah, and his voice is like,
I am a space marine. I'm being armored.
I accept these burdens as the Imperium bleeds.
it just feels generic in a way that's unappealing to me. But maybe I'm impossible to please. Who knows?
It is cool. You should watch it.
It is still sick. Like, there's tons of fun stuff there, like doing a thurible over like technology.
Yeah, incense smoke over him while he's just...
Yeah, like the way the tech priest look with his milky eye and his like fucked up skin, and it's got so much about it to love. It's just let down for me by the voice, the face, and the fact it's Primaris because I'm a hater. There, I said it.
Primaris for sure. Something else you need to know as a new 40k fan and cool elitist like us is Primaris Marines suck. The older Firstborn, as they're called, design is way better.
Agreed. Well, thank you for watching. We hope you're educated and now can go forth and educate your silly, simple friends with the most exquisite and best Warhammer cinematics the world has to offer, including 1993 Space Hulk. Good day.
See you next week.